Are you looking for a bigger, more vibrant head unit for your Toyota RAV4 that modernizes your dash and brings in features like built-in GPS, wireless Apple CarPlay, or wireless Android Auto? Do you want to upgrade your older, smaller center screen to something more modern, functional, and sleek? Well, Rodanvi sent me this. This is their X12. It's a 12.3-inch Android car stereo. It's designed specifically for Toyota RAV4 models from their years of 2019 to 2022. But if you drive a different model or year, they have units for those available as well. So in this video, we're going to be diving into a hands-on review. I'll walk you through what comes in the box, how the installation went, the key specs and features, plus my favorite parts about this unit, and a couple things I wish were just a little bit better. And just to be fully transparent, this product was sent to me free of charge. I am not being paid to make this video, and the company has not seen this video in advance, nor do they have any input on its contents. All the opinions shared are entirely my own. And if you're interested in this unit or any other units by Rodanvi, they are listed below in the description. But let's go ahead and dive right into it. So right out of the box, everything you need is included except for a socket set. It even came with the trim prying tool, which made removing the factory unit super simple. Here's a quick look at the main components that were included. So there's a 12.3-inch QLED touchscreen head unit. This is really nice and big. You've got the plug and play power cables with CAN bus. There's a GPS antenna, a USB cable, a SIM card slot cable, the Wi-Fi antenna, and the 4G antennas. There's an external microphone if you'd like to add that. Audio and video output cables, and of course the user manual. And here's a quick look at the back of the unit where all the connections go. So the install took me about 1 hour and 15 minutes from start to finish, and about half that time was spent reviewing the steps and watching a few online videos. Once I had it down, the actual install went much smoother than expected. That said, I do wish the included instructions were a bit more detailed, especially when it comes to the wiring, but overall the plug and play connections made it very manageable, even for a do-it-yourselfer. Now let's dive into some of the specs and standout features that really set this unit apart. And after using it daily for about 2 weeks now, I can say these features make a big difference in how I use my vehicle. So first off, the addition of wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. I have a 2019 RAV4 LE and it only has wired Apple CarPlay. So this is honestly the feature I use the most and probably the #1 reason most people consider a head unit like this. I'm an Android Auto user and it's been working great. As soon as I start the car, it connects wirelessly to my phone. I can access different apps like Google Maps, Spotify, or YouTube Music. Plus I can do messages and calls all without touching a single cable. And of course that large 12.3-inch screen really enhances the experience. It's responsive and everything looks crisp and modern. So this Rodanvi has built-in GPS with online and offline navigation. Even without a phone connected, you can use the built-in GPS for navigation. It supports both online maps like Google Maps with mobile data and offline maps. And this is a huge plus if you're driving through areas with poor coverage. It seems really fast, accurate, and you're not stuck relying on your phone all the time. So another key feature that might be important to some of you is a SIM card slot for 4G LTE data. This allows you to add a dedicated SIM card to the device so you don't have to rely on your phone's internet access. It's a great bonus if that's a feature you're looking for. So the Bluetooth on this unit, it has Bluetooth 5.0 for hands-free calling and audio streaming, and the Bluetooth pairing was really quick and easy, and the calls are coming through nice and clear. I've only been using the built-in mic on the side of the unit, but it also came with the option of the external mic if you prefer that. And for music streaming, it's been smooth, there's been no lag or dropouts, it's been quite clear and really quite easy to use. So for many of you, a radio is important. So yes, it does have an AM/FM tuner in it. It's simple, but it's still a must. The signal reception has been solid and has a nice big interface with memory for your favorite stations. And if you're wondering about the sound, for myself, it's been sounding great. This unit features DTS surround sound processing and a 4x50 watt output, delivering clear and full range audio. It integrates seamlessly with the factory speakers and provides a wide immersive soundscape for music and media. So for those of you who are running an aftermarket or high-end sound system, this has an optical fiber audio output on it, which is a huge bonus. It gives you a clean digital signal path for improved clarity and lower noise. So the compatibility with the steering wheel controls and other factory features, most factory features in my RAV4 continue to work, including the backup camera, the door open indicators, and the steering wheel buttons. It also supports things like 360-degree cameras, reverse radar, and JBL factory amps if your vehicle has them. The AC display is supported, but it didn't work in my setup, or at least I haven't figured out how to enable it on my LE model, but I still have the manual controls right below the screen. This head unit has full app support from the Google Play Store. Since it runs Android 12, I can install basically any app I want, whether it's the sports scores, the weather apps, or the news. You're not limited to just the defaults. It does require an internet connection or a Wi-Fi hotspot. Now for some of the technical specs, this head unit has a 12.3-inch QLED 1920 by 720 high-resolution display and 178-degree viewing angle. It's also running Android 12 OS with a UNIS 7862S true octa-core processor, 4GB of RAM, and 64GB of ROM. I'll pop up all the specs here on the screen so you can have a closer look. So overall, after using this for about 2 weeks, I can say that the Rodanvi X12 isn't just a bigger screen, it's a full-featured smart system that adds a ton of capability to your RAV4. It works a little bit more like a tablet, gives you more flexibility, but it also means things like closing apps you have to do manually like you would on a tablet. The interface will feel a bit different than the factory installed unit that you're used to. So let's jump into what I like, and I do have a few wishes as well on the Rodanvi X12. So the first thing I really like is the large, vibrant screen. It's colorful, it looks really good. It's a 12.3-inch QLED screen, 1920 by 720, and it's got the 178-degree full viewing angle. It looks really good. The colors are really nice, especially when I'm using Android Auto. And the fit and finish is excellent. It fits really well in there. It looks like it's factory installed. I'm really impressed with that. Even though it's bigger, it fits in there really nicely. So probably my favorite feature is the wireless Android Auto, or if you're an Apple user, the wireless Apple CarPlay. With Android Auto, I get access to my Google Maps. I can use Spotify, listen to my podcasts or music. It works great, it's smooth, and it loads up automatically. It's all wireless. It is great. Another like is that it maintains almost all of the original car functions. The backup camera works, the door alerts work, and most of the steering wheel controls work. There is one that I've had trouble with, and I'll talk about that in my wish. So as for apps, I can install apps directly from the Google Play Store. Even things like YouTube or Netflix or most of your other favorite apps can be installed on this. Now, of course, make sure you're following your local rules and regulations and don't watch and drive, but they are available because it runs kind of like a tablet. You can put all those apps on it. And there's also pre-installed apps in there, including the phone app, of course, the radio app, and other vehicle information is all available within a few clicks. Couple other things that I think are great on this unit. The built-in mic on the side of the head unit seems to work great for myself. If you want to add the external mic, you can, but the built-in mic has been just fine for my needs, so I'm happy with that. And the other thing is the navigation or the GPS that's built in. So you can have offline navigation. You don't need to have your phone connected. There's the built-in app there for that. It works great. Or you can go online. You can use your Google Maps. It works great as well. So it gives you a few options. It's great for road trips or places where you might not have cellular coverage. So as good as this unit is, I do have a few wishes that I wish were better, and I'll share those with you now. The first thing you need to understand is this runs more like a tablet than a traditional manufacturer head unit. So everything you do in it is an app. Even the radio is an app. So when you open that up, there's not a traditional power button to turn off the radio. For something like that to turn it off, you either need to turn down the volume, which isn't really turning off the radio, or you need to close the app, which is kind of a two-step process. You would just tap the button in the top right-hand corner, and then you can swipe the apps closed. So it's a little bit different. There's a little bit more of a learning curve on this head unit because it is kind of running as a tablet. So the second wish I have, and I've said that most of the buttons work on my steering wheel, but the voice command button on my steering wheel doesn't seem to work with this unit in my setup anyhow. I have to tap the mic button on the screen in Android Auto to activate the voice commands. Rodanvi is aware of this, and hopefully there is a fix coming in the future. So the third wish I have is the forward and back buttons on the steering wheel were reversed by default. I was able to fix it in the settings, but when I would push forward, it would go back. When I would push back, it would go forward. It would be really nice if it came mapped out correctly out of the box so you don't think it's broken or your wiring's backwards or something. That would be a nice fix for it as well. None of these wishes are deal breakers, but they're all really good to be aware of. So to wrap things up, the Rodan VX12 Android car stereo is a huge upgrade to your Toyota RAV4. The screen is big and bright, and this is packed with features. It feels premium and makes your vehicle feel like a brand new tech-savvy car. So if you're looking for something that supports wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto, works with your existing car features, and adds smart functionality, this is a fantastic option. Just keep in mind that it runs like an Android tablet, so it might take a few drives to get used to the interface, but once you're familiar, it becomes second nature. So if you are interested in this unit, it is linked below in the description. Also make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.